Republican VP pick is in. Former President Donald Trump has selected Senator J.D. Vance to be his running mate. The junior senator from Ohio wrote a best-selling book before turning to politics, winning his seat in 2022.
Wink News anchor Chris Cifatte is live at the Republican National Convention. Chris, it's the first session of the first day of the convention, and it has been unusually busy.
It has been unusually busy. In fact, J.D. Vance walked in here just a few minutes ago. Right as you were sending this over to me, the crowd was chanting, "J.D., J.D." He's getting ready to take the stage right down there right now. In fact, what's going on right now, we'll kind of get out of the way and let you take a look. He is was just nominated, and he is making his way through the delegates down on the floor, and we're expecting to hear from him any minute now. We will certainly let you hear some of that if that happens. It's been a big day here. Big headlines for this first day of the convention. In addition to Donald Trump officially being nominated, we now know who the vice presidential running mate is. We know it's not anybody from Florida like we were expecting. Here's what Donald Trump had to say about his vice presidential nominee on Truth Social, saying J.D. has had a very successful business career in technology and finance, going on to talk about how he thinks he'll be a strategic benefit to the ticket. Again, it sounds like they're introducing him right now, so we're going to wait till he gets on the stage. Other big headlines here today. There's been a lot of talk about security and the failure of security at the assassination attempt over the weekend. Homeland Security Secretary Mayorkas calling that a failure. They're looking into that. That's been a big theme here as security's been tight. Let's listen in a little bit to what people had to say a little earlier about what happened right after they heard about the assassination attempt.
It was interesting. It was the first couple hours after I heard about it. It took me about 90 minutes before I could even get a hold of them, get any real news, what was actually happening. So that was sort of crazy, and managed to get my kids together. It was Saturday evening. I was with my children, and that was sort of odd. But it was actually far more somber after a couple hours. Even once I spoke to him, and he was okay, and we were almost even joking about it. I just said, "Hey, man, when he got up, defiant." To keep going and fighting. I told him, I said, you are the biggest badass I've ever seen. And that's the highest compliment I can afford anyone. Perhaps a little bit crude, but it's the reality. And I think it's that kind of leadership, that kind of strength, that kind of resolve. That's what we need to make our country successful on a world stage.
And as we come back from that, J.D. Vance has just been announced to the stage. Let's let you watch and listen in here just for a second.
Delegates and alternates, pursuant to Rule 40A, a motion to nominate by acclamation is now in order.
Well, clearly J.D. Vance is making his way to the stage here shortly. We'll let you get to that. Meantime, there's been a lot of reaction to the pick for J.D. Vance. My colleague Galt has been working on that all day. People are excited about this.
Yeah, Chris, we heard those cheers when those delegates heard that news about J.D. Vance being the former president's pick for VP. And I spoke with two Florida delegates just moments after, State Senator Jonathan Martin and Tara Jenner. She's the vice chair of the lead GOP. Both of them told me they're absolutely thrilled. And Martin said he thinks that this is going to really help Trump, especially help him win those swing states like Ohio and like Pennsylvania. Listen.
Not only help him with just good common sense policies, not only just helping, I think, to unite the country and show that, look, you can still live the American dream. I don't think there's a better example of living the American dream in the U.S. Senate than J.D. Vance. But when you look at the political, the nuts and the bolts, the Electoral College map has only gotten stronger for Donald Trump with J.D. Vance's selection.
I'm absolutely thrilled, and it was just such an honor being down on the floor as a delegate when Florida's delegate vote took us over the top and made it 100% confirmed that Donald J. Trump and J.D. Vance would be the official nominee ticket for the Republican Party coming up this November.
Yeah, and both Martin and Jenner told me they're really excited to hear J.D. Vance speak, hear what he has to say, and they're getting ready to do that right now.
Yep, it looks like any minute now he'll be headed to the stage, so we're going to watch this closely and let you know what he has to say. But clearly a big night and unusually busy first night of a convention. Lots of big headlines here. We'll be watching it for you. For now, with Galt, I'm Chris Cifatte live in Milwaukee. Back to you.
All right, Chris, thanks. We also want to